someone call 911 because this is a Fab 5 confidence emergency.
Actually, we shouldn't do that because we should only use 911 responsibly.
First of all, I want to say, Tan, congratulations on becoming a citizen. I just saw on Instagram. Big day.
Big day.
When I watched this season, I was thinking about Marcos and that restaurant that he was opening up, and then COVID-19 happens, and like, how did that affect him? Or Body Rock Gym, like, same thing. Is it hard for you to step away?
There's definitely some that are harder than others, and a lot of them that you mentioned are some of those that are harder than others. Ones that we know that there's still so much more work to do. Like, for example, with Tyreek, honestly, with his situation with not having been able to get a bank account, and I'm working on his credit from people who had done identity theft about him. Like, I didn't want to leave. I'm like, I want to stay and I want to help you get all this in order. So a lot of times it is bittersweet because we can only do so much in the few days that we're there, and try to set them up for success as much as possible. And then, with Marcos's restaurant, the moment COVID hit, I was like, oh God, I hope they're doing okay. And I hope Nate's gym is doing okay. And, Rihanna, and I mean, all of our heroes, but especially those businesses. So yes, it is very hard on the Friday to leave.
Or I read about the dad, whose name I can't remember, who was going to the wedding.
Yeah, Kevin Abernathy.
A sad story too.
Yeah.
And there have been fundraising for him.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he had diabetes and had to have a leg amputated after we filmed the season. So yeah, there is a GoFundMe page out there for him to help get his house in order, for it to be more accessible for him, and just to help with a lot of the medical bills.
Okay, what do we got? I like my butt rubbed and my ew.
Pause.
You know those metal bins that you can like put clothes in and burn them? Do you have one of those?
Tan, I was kind of wondering for you, like you provide everybody with this beautiful closet. I'm wondering how the show sort of thinks about if people can buy that same sort of stuff next time, or where they're going to go shop next time. Like, do you have those discussions?
Yeah, we always consider that before going into our heroes' homes. It's always a consideration whether we want to do one of two things. We either give them a sustainable closet that is maintainable for them, which is stuff that they could afford based on their income. And it's part of something that we ask as a questionnaire. A couple of weeks beforehand, my team will send a questionnaire to our heroes, and it will basically outline what they do for a living, how much they ordinarily spend on clothes, and that helps dictate where we'll take them. However, there are certain episodes like Jess, who, quite honestly, sometimes I just want to spoil them. They've been through so much. They've gone through such dark times. I want to just use every penny of my budget and every one of my contacts and the show's contacts to get them as much as possible. So honestly, it depends on our heroes.
That's how I felt this year about Rihanna and the dog van. Like, there was nothing you could do to that RV. Like, you couldn't.
No. Yeah, that RV, it just, there were so many things about it that didn't make sense. It would have been crazy for us to try to fix it because it was kind of beyond fixing. And just the size of it as well. The size of it was very hard. It was very hard for her to get around the very small streets of Philly in that RV. So there were so many reasons why we wanted to make it possible just to get her a new one. And I loved kind of tricking her the whole episode, her thinking that the dog show was just about raising funds to get her a down payment on a new one. And then in the end, surprising her with a new one. And it was one of the best moments of Queer Eye ever.
Yeah, and she's doing really well. Like, speaking of success stories, is booked through August, which is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to look at this. In like the last 4 days, she is now 116,000 followers in 3 freaking days. I'm so proud of her. I love that the world is relating to her and loving her so much. And I mean, we want that for all of our heroes, but God, she is just,
I don't know if you remember,
such a hard worker.
We discussed this in the trailer. There's certain heroes that we know the audience is going to gravitate towards. It just, as soon as we've finished our week, we're like, that's one of those that's going to do really well after this.
Yeah.
Still discussed. As soon as we left, we're like, yeah, she's going to crush it on social after this. And it doesn't surprise us at all.
Well, thank you guys so much. Tan, your hair is quarantine hair goals. Everyone loves it. Bobby, yours.
Wait, what about
Did you get a haircut?
What about mine?
So, what happened here?